Hey guys, so I kind of just wanted to make a video on my Dreamcatcher New York City experience and just kind of talk about the day, include a couple clips and just kind of give you my overall impression of the show and how my day went. And yeah, I just thought it'd be cool to do something a little different on my channel. And yeah, this is actually my first concert in like 3 or 4 years. Used to go like prior to like COVID. I probably went to about like 2 or 3 shows a year. Definitely saw some cool people. I saw Radiohead on my birthday, Kendrick Lamar back in 2014. Been to a lot of hip hop shows like The Roots, Common. Yeah, seen like a wide range of different types of genres, and definitely got to experience the, different venues like outdoor kind of chill venues where you just lay back on some grass and listen, or definitely hype. I saw Big Crit live, and he like jumped into the crowd right where I was, and it was super intense and fun. And yeah, this is my first K-pop concert experience, and I went to go see my old group Dreamcatcher. If you don't know my story with Dreamcatcher, I listened to them about 2 years ago, maybe a little over 2 years, I don't know. Kind of around the time Boca was out. Funny story, my friend, I started listening like twice around that time. That was the first group I really got into. And my friend was always like, "Stan Dreamcatcher, Stan Dreamcatcher," and he kept doing it as a joke, but like he would always bring it up, and like it was kind of annoying. I was just like, why do you keep saying like Stan Dreamcatcher? Like I don't, like I don't really know like the K-pop lingo or anything like that. So I finally checked out like one song, and then like I really liked it. And I was like, okay. And then like I went to bed, I remember, and then the next day, I just like YouTubed every song they had. Every song was impressive, catchy, and I would replay it like 5 times. I'm like, holy shit, like my friend was right. This is really cool. So yeah, my journey really started from there. Ever since, I learned about the members, I feel like they're still very unappreciated, or underappreciated rather, in the K-pop community. However, I feel like, I don't think they're a group that, it's not like they're gonna, one day just like shoot up into like mega stardom, but I feel like they're a group that always steadily rises every comeback. They finally got their win. They set a record for sales, and just getting their name out there. And it's kind of like you're investing in like a long-term type of group. Even though like obviously they can, any group can disband at any time, but you can really see the camaraderie and the friendship that these girls have, and they just make quality music. That's what it's all about. It does nothing for me to root for a group that is super popular because I didn't do anything. It's like their talent alone, so like I never get those arguments where it's like, oh, my group sold more, blah blah blah. It's like, are they making good music? Then okay, like that's all that should matter. So anyway, so I got concert tickets, super excited. The funny thing though is like the morning of my power goes out, and I'm already very anxious. Like if I have like a really fun event the next day, I'm not gonna sleep that much, like maybe 4 hours at the most. But no, my power goes out. It's summer in New York City, and if you live in New York City, you know how humid things get and how hot it is. I have no fan in my room. I'm sweating. It's just not a fun time. And then at like 5 a.m, the birds start chirping. There's a bird nest like right on the gutter of the house I live in, and it's like super close to my room, and just every morning they just like chirp, and they won't stop for like 8 hours. So I always have to go to bed before that and attempt to sleep through it. And then 2 hours later, apparently there's construction behind the house as well, in like the park in the back of us, and there's like clanging and big trucks making noises, and I'm like, oh my god, like this morning cannot be any worse. But whatever, it's Dreamcatcher. I'm just gonna, toughen up, get ready, and go to the city. So yeah, get to my stop. Very excited. Just like hoping they have like a really cool playlist and that it's a fun time. I stopped to get some pizza beforehand. I wanted to get there a little earlier, but at the same time, I didn't know how long. Like I knew it started at 7:30, but it's just waiting in that heat is just crazy. And I heard a couple of fans were there from like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. or something like that. Even if it was like 10 a.m, it's still a long time. So more power to them, but I could not do that. So yeah, I got there maybe about an hour and a half before. The line was still very long. It was kind of messy and chaotic. There's like 3 blocks. So a line was in the first block, the second block, and then the third block. And then I was placed in the third block. It was cool because they had their ads on the screen in I think it was still Times Square technically. So yeah, a lot of people were taking pictures of that. So many people came up to ask like what concert it was, what show it was. Unfortunately, this is where some of like the more negative parts of the show was. Overall, it was a fun experience, like a really fun experience. So I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer. Just wanted to point out like some of the experience as a whole. Dreamcatcher themselves, they killed it. Like I don't think I've seen a show that, you know, from start to finish, like they just they're so, what's the word I'm looking for, like I think they just put so much into their craft. And even, you know, even though they joke around and you know, have fun with the crowd in between breaks, and you know, try to, you know, like lighten the mood a bit from like very intense songs, they put their all into every song. Like they don't miss any choreo. They're singing live and not missing a beat. They have like great chemistry on stage. Like everything was just amazing, and I like, it just made me love them even more. And I definitely want to go to another show in the future. But yeah, so like we get to, you know, lining up, and as soon as the doors open, so originally they made us kind of wrap around like serpentine in the line at the end. However, some people were not going in the serpentine line. They would go and extend the line to like a fourth block technically, or like a little bit further down. So people were very confused how that was working. Like, you know, the people who were in the serpentine line got there first, but if you're in the line, and, you know, some people weren't sure who should go first, and then, you know, once the line started going, 2 or 3 lines before us of people that came after me, like I would see that. So there's like 200 people going in front of me. I'm not like freaking out or anything, but I'm also like, this is really unorganized because there's no one from the venue here, none of the staff really. So that was kind of messy. So we get inside, and then, you know, we get the, you know, like they pat you down, you go inside, and then they also give you a wristband. But then they didn't tell me where to go. Like I get the wristband, I didn't ask them because there's a super long line behind me. So I just line up in a line that looks like it's going into the general admission or the theater. But then I see people going in, you know, skipping a very long line and going in, and I'm like, am I supposed to go there? So after maybe like 3-4 minutes, I ask, I'm like, is this the general admission line? And they're like, no, like you can just bypass everybody and go. I'm like, oh, like that, it would have helped to know that. So I think I would have had like a better spot. So I was kind of in the back. I was stuck a little bit in the back, which it was fine. I didn't need to be in the middle. Like I just wanted like a really good view. So I wish I was a little bit further front, and if, you know, things went perfect, I would have been. Kind of, it is what it is. It's New York, so things are kind of chaotic, stuff like that. But there's a few things that could have went way better. I'm kind of just getting out of the way before I show some clips and you know, how the show was, and like the, you know, explain the really fun parts of it. So the first negative was just how hot it was inside. Like I'm recording this after the second concert, which I think was in Reading, I don't know how you pronounce it. And I think it was kind of structured way better. The venue was bigger. There's more room. I heard there's like AC inside, and just like overall is way more easier to, you know, contain. I think the staff did a better job, and, you know, just directing people and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think that AC on. I was like sweating from the first song, and obviously like it's DC. Like I'm expecting to get hot, but it was also like, after a while, you know, people were passing out. They had to pass out water bottles. The members did. They had to stop the show a few times just because of how tired and hot people were getting. So that was kind of the first negative. The second one was the merch line. They did not give us enough time to get merch before and afterwards. It was like either I stand in line for an hour, or I have to miss the one train back every hour, and, you know, get home at like 2 a.m. And it's kind of like I just didn't have enough time to get any merch and you know, get anything from my experience, which kind of wasn't great. But so yeah, maybe they should have like either like 2 merch sections, or kind of schedule it so I don't know, just so it moves faster. I don't know what they could have done. I just know that the way they did it, it was just a super long line before and afterwards, so it was kind of hard to get any merch without missing part of the show. And so the third thing was, it's more like a personal pet peeve. And I definitely took a video, and I wanted to document just a little bit, partially because now I have a YouTube channel. I kind of wanted to, you know, share my experiences, but mostly, yeah, it was just super exciting. You know, you can show this to, you know, friends and whatever, and, you know, it's an experience you can look back on, and it's documented. So that's not what I'm complaining about, but I feel like a lot of people were just taping the entire time, especially in the front. I feel like if you're going to be in the front and you're not moving, you're not, you know, giving any energy to the members, like, it's kind of, I don't know, it just feels like a weird way to kind of interact and show appreciation by just standing there and, you know, recording the entire time, not jumping up and down, not you know, living in the moment and celebrating it. And I guess, you know, it's kind of like a boomer take, kind of, which I'm fine with, whatever. But there's a lot of recordings where I'm like, I'm recording it, and then obviously like I can't use any of it because I'm like, my hands going crazy. I can't stop jumping up and down, or, you know, dancing. Like I try my best to do, you know, both at the same time. I'd record some stuff, some songs I wouldn't record at all, just because I wanted to experience it live and not through the camera. So I just feel like it kind of cheapens the experience just a little bit if someone's just standing there the entire time. Is Dreamcatcher, like, you know, obviously some people, you know, they may not be able to exert that much energy. You know, some people aren't like able enough to do that, which that part I understand. But if it's like, if you're going to a show, even if it's your first show, just, you know, have fun, like let loose, like dance. You know, there was definitely parts of the crowd that, you know, really got crazy and really kind of like relished in the opportunity to just have fun and let loose and enjoy Dreamcatcher. But I feel like a lot of it were just either maybe people were new to the fandom and don't know any of their songs, but some people were just standing there like it was like an opera or like a play, and it was kind of like, this is kind of weird. And it's not a new thing, like I've been to shows where people are like that, but trust me, when you know, when you go to a show that has a lot of people on the same page, the same energy is shared, then it's like truly like a one in a lifetime experience, because it's like you share that with the people in the venue, and in that one night only, and it's just like, yeah, you feed off each other's energy. The Dreamcatcher feeds off of you. Don't get me wrong, some people were very loud dancing the entire time. There's like a balcony area that people were crazy dancing every song, and you know, parts in the crowd as well. But I think especially on my side, the left balcony, I think they were just like staring over the side the entire time, like not moving an inch, and I was like, damn, you got those really nice seats, you're not even gonna head bop? Like that's nothing, like nothing at all. So this is about pet peeve, but you know, I hope people in the future, and like I saw, like I think Reading had a really cool crowd, just enjoy the moment, like tape some of it, even if you have one hand up, you know, dance and you know, support them. But if you're just gonna stand there and just stare at them, it's like, why even come to the show? But hey, I can't tell you how to spend your money. So anyway, here's a few clips from the show. Of really cool moments. I think they started with Can't Let You Out of My Mind. I think that was their first song or second song, and Because as well. One of my personal favorites was Adai. Last moment before that, you know, the drop at the end. I always feel like it's like a crazy like energy moment, like Dragon Ball Z, where they just let off like a spirit bomb, like an energy bomb. You know, when they do that kind of twirl around, it looks super cool. They had a lot of my personal favorites, like Silent Night, In the Frozen, even Together from their new album. I feel like it might not have been the best choice. Like I might have replaced that with like Mayday or something like that. But I liked Together a lot. Just it's like a house track. But I feel like more people are familiar with Mayday or some other like more rock oriented songs. Yeah, it was fun when they introduced each other. Suho was definitely playing around with the crowd, very flirty. GU being the leader, Also very fun and kind of flirty as well. Xion killed it. Dami's raps live, like what else can you want? You know, Guy on Handong, they're always like I feel like they're always the wild card that, you know, shocks people just with their skills and their parts in songs that, you know, killer parts. Obviously Yuyun, like she's my other kind of bias with GU. I always like, I can't really pick one, but she's amazing. You know, loved her picking up the pride flags without any sort of like hesitation and just carrying them around proudly. Yeah, they're just super cool, really fun. You can tell like they really love each other just by seeing them on stage, and yeah, really fun. So yeah, here's a few more clips from the show, just random songs that I recorded. So yeah, overall, a really fun time, honestly. You know, the travel's kind of a pain in the ass. The staff could have done a better job directing people, and the venue could have been, you know, a little bigger, less cold, or less hot rather. It was too hot in there. But you know, as far as just the concert itself, like the girls put on a phenomenal show. And of course, like it's the first show. They haven't been on tour. I mean, they've gone to, you know, Primavera and Kpop Flex, but this is, you know, their show. This is 2 hours of them showing what they have, their new songs that they're performing, and you know, they even set up themselves, you know, through the translator that like it's been a long time, and like you know, they're hoping that, you know, we receive it well, and they're excited to be sharing it with us on tour. And so maybe at times, you know, they're a little timid. It's the first show after, you know, a 2-year hiatus of shows. But you know, once they got comfortable, it's like, you know, they've done this so many times that they just know how to put on a fun show and entertain the crowd. And I definitely think with the second show in Pennsylvania that they're really hitting their stride. It looks like they're a little bit more loose. The crowd's more, I feel like that crowd's a little bit more engaging. They're not as, you know, I think there's a lot of like quiet, like kind of nervous moments with the crowd in New York, but I think the Pennsylvania crowd kind of definitely fed off the energy of Dreamcatcher in a way that you know, made them feel comfortable. And not that it wasn't comfortable in New York, just I just feel like the Pennsylvania one is really where the girls have had, you know, the New York show experience, and then they just definitely know like what works, like what engagement works, what may have some issues with translations. And you know, sometimes, you know, there's a point where like Gayan you know, wanted to do a chant, but we didn't kind of know what song it was, or once we knew it was Silent Night, it was just kind of like the lost in translation a little bit. But yeah, overall, would definitely go see them again. Most of all, like I said, if you're gonna go see them, have fun. Don't worry about getting everything. You're gonna see so many fan cams and so many videos online, and you know, document what you can, but also, you know, be there in the moment. Don't just look through the screen the entire time, and make sure they feel your presence and they see you dancing and see you having fun. You know, you never know how many times you can go get to see them, so why not try to have the most fun you can. So but yeah, overall, love them. Can't wait to see them again. Hopefully they come back with another album next year or later this year. And yeah, if anybody from Dreamcatcher sees this, I don't know if you will. Thank you. Great show. I'll be back hopefully, and can't wait to see you again. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I don't know who's going to be interested in this. Appreciate it. See you guys next time. Stay safe. Peace.